go right down the lane.
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La Salle.
All alone. Scott got it. Great look by Coach Stick to break down the defense.
Some Friday Night Lights tonight from South Putnam High School in Greencastle, Indiana. It's going to be the North Putnam Cougars at 2-0 on the season, taking on their county and conference rival, the Eagles of South Putnam High School, also 2-0 on the season, number 20 in the AP poll in Class 1A. I'm Thad Van Deventer, joined today by Coach Lance Scheib. And, Coach, we should have a nice one today, a little county conference rivalry to get things ramped up here in week number 3.
Well, I'll tell you what, Thad, there's nothing better than having a north-south game. You understand that these kids grew up playing against each other from the Pee Wee level all the way up to now. Both of them are 2-0. Both coaches are doing a great job of putting out great products here. I'm excited. Love county rival games.
This is our Endeavor Communications pregame report. Discover how you can save money by bundling your Endeavor services by calling 1-800-922-6677. All right, as I mentioned, here at South Putnam High School, a little conference action, rivalry game. So we've had 2 non-conference games for each of these guys. This is their first step into the conference. You know, that they're wading into the conference pool, if you will, right here. And it doesn't get any easier trying to go right in with your rival, as you talked about. So what are you looking for? Both these guys coming in 2-0.
Well, I tell you what, the biggest thing I'm anxious to be able to see is which team can calm down the quickest. I think, again, you've got a lot of emotion. Just because, again, you know, this game dates back so many years. It's so important to their families, the communities, and schools. Even though they're about 30 miles apart, they still take a lot of pride in this game. The last 3 have been won by North Putnam, and Coach Carnes comes in feeling good about his team. Coach Akers, again, they will not play a 1A opponent until they get to the tournament. So playing up in class is not a big deal. But I think right now what I'm anxious to see is who comes down the quickest, who takes care of the football, and probably most importantly, who can run the football.
Yeah, we'll touch on the Western Indiana Conference here shortly. This is what the conference of both of these teams play in, but we'll get you caught up to date with our head coaches today. North Putnam head coach Sam Carnes, his second year at North Put with a record of 6-6 overall, as I mentioned, 2-0 this season. South Put, the Eagles head coach Nathan Aker, 5th year here at South Putnam, 23-24 overall, and as I said, 2-0 on the season. Now we'll go to our E-Tex keys to the game. Endeavor E-Tex can help you with all your computer and technology needs. Available to Endeavor members and the public. Call 1-800-922-6677 or visit weendeavor.com. All right, Coach, keys of the game tonight.
Well, I think the biggest thing, talks about key 1, limit big plays. I think both teams have been able to have those week 1 and week 2. That's a big deal tonight. Who can limit it and who can respond after a big play. Taking care of the football is always important, whether we're talking about week 1 or we're talking about the state championship game. That's huge. And special teams, the hidden yards, that's something that both coaches talked to me about before the game and this week that they felt like could be the biggest key to the game.
You always talk about in team sports, football, basketball, you see a grand improvement from week 1 to week 2. Now you're going from week 2 to week 3 and you're into the conference season. Is there any sort of expectation from the coaching level that you want to see from your team going into tonight?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you have a much better identity after week 2. You've gone through a scrimmage in 2 games. Now what you're looking for as a coach is what's going to happen. Are we now going to fall into that groove of are we a running team or are we a physical team on offense, on defense? Do we run to the ball? And that's what you're looking for now is consistency, because now you get the first week jitters out. You make the corrections for week 2. Now week 3 really till about week 7 or 8, it's all about just being steady and climbing each week, getting ready for that state tournament.
North Putnam will have the ball first. They will receive. South Putnam to kick off. As you look there on your monitor, South Putnam in the red jerseys, kind of the old school 1980s New England Patriots look with the white and blue trim on the shoulder pads. North Putnam in the all-white navy helmets. There is the boot. Short one that's going to be fielded. No, it's going to go out of bounds on the sideline. There's the flag for the penalty. As we see that flag come in, our officials tonight, the airman out of Indianapolis. Our referee tonight is Willie Douglas. Umpire Lawrence O'Neill. Head linesman James Scruggs III. Lineman Roderick Williams. And our back judge tonight, William Moore.
Good crew. I've had them a couple times. They're from the Indianapolis area. And like I say, what I like about Willie and his crew is they do a great job of letting the kids determine the game. They really are a warn first and throw flag second. And I'm looking forward for that same type of game tonight from them as well.
North Putnam offense out on the field. Evan Davies, the senior quarterback for North Putnam. 6'3", 180 pounds. He is 21 for 33 on the season, passing 298 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's also scored 5 rushing touchdowns on the season.
Well, I'll tell you what, if South Putnam has one goal, they want to find where Davies is. They want to make sure that he is contained, and they know exactly where he is on every play.
Direct snap. He's off the right-hand side, churning some yards, still pushing the pile forward. Doesn't look like he's going to get 5 or 6 out of that. And that was number 23, the halfback, Chris Murray, the senior.
A little wildcat type of formation there, direct snap, almost like single wing. I love how we kind of evolved back into what we used to be here, and it's great because you get an extra blocker anytime you take the quarterback out and put him out wide or whatever. And again, great way to open the game for Coach Carnes.
And that's just blocking numbers, right?
Exactly.
Hat on a hat.
Exactly.
Looks like they're going to go wildcat formation here again. Direct snap there to Murray. Now off the left side, and he's punched right there at the line of scrimmage, and a nice push forward there by the Eagle defense.
The nice adjustment that Coach Akers did there is they slanted towards the strength of the receiving strength of North Putnam. And what it did was it allowed there to actually fill an extra gap that was lacking on that first down play. Great adjustment by Coach Akers.
3rd down now for North Putt. Davies is going to go out of the shotgun here. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Inside handoff there, and nothing doing. The Eagle defense steps up on 3rd down.
Great stuff up the middle. Again, back-to-back big plays inside. I love, again, the push that we're getting from Hacker and Leo. And again, what I'm impressed about more than anything else is, again, I felt like the advantage up front went to North just because of their size, but South Putnam, again, answered after that first down, 7 or 8 yard play. Great job.
Into punt now for North Putnam. Good snap and a good high boot. Going to come down about the 40, takes a North Putnam bounce. And that's going to be down, we'll call it the 36-yard line. Let's talk about that South Putnam defensive front. We didn't get to the starters there. On the defensive line for the Eagles, Parker Hacker, Cole Bimish, Demetrius Leo, Nick Tice, linebacking core, Aiden LeBlanc, Dalton Scott, Leighton Workman, and the defensive backfield, Connor Kane, Hayden Switzer, Devin Cashin, and Kane Gregory.
I'll tell you, Leo was fantastic on that last series of plugging the hole on 2nd and 3rd down. Incredibly impressed.
Cashin's going to roll out to the right. He's under pressure. He's going to keep it and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost a yard.
Again, great job by North Putnam of staying home and not biting on the fake as South Putnam started in a wishbone 3 backfield set there. Nice job of adjusting and running to Cashin.
Starters for the South Putnam offense, and a lot of these names will be familiar as most of these guys are going to be playing both ways. Quarterback Devin Cashin, the junior. Fullback Dalton Scott, Aiden LeBlanc at tailback, Hayden Switzer, and Kane Gregory, your wide receivers. Jackson Wood at tight end. And your offensive line, Hacker, Hilburn, Bennett, Tice, and Bimish.
the one thing that you mentioned, and I think is great, it's almost a throwback. We got 6, 7, 8 kids on both sides of the ball. The nice thing is, cool night, the rain came through. Weather is not an issue like it was week 1 or week 2. Should be able to see some great duration of the gameplay from both sides of the ball from these kids going both ways.
3rd down and long right now, not where South Putnam wants to be. Cashin's going to take the snap and roll to the left, throws to the sideline, knocked away defensively, and that is number 15, James Duncan, the cornerback.
Great job by Duncan. Cashin held it just a tad long here. I couldn't tell if the receiver was short on his route or Cashin was a little late in the ball. Either way, great job by North Putnam by the 3 and out from their defense.
Special teams unit now onto the field. Kane Gregory's going to punt here for the Eagles. Gets the kick away. It's going to take a hop and a big hop. It's going to be fielded way back at the 15, and then he's going to be taken down to the 25-yard line.
Great job of coverage by South Putnam. I really thought that North Putnam had a lane to the outside. I thought Alexander was going to be able to turn the corner. Awesome job of using the sideline as an extra defender.
North Putnam's offense, as I mentioned, Evan Davies, the senior quarterback. Chris Murray will start at halfback in the backfield. Lucius Alexander, Colton Clifford, and Kevin Barger, your 3 wide receiver set. Skylar Warren at tight end, and your offensive line across the front, starting from left tackle, Mason Ray, Austin Huffman, Grant Hoke, Luke Sanford, and Adam Amons.
I tell you what, 245, 230, 270, 215, 300. That's a nice 5A or 6A line, let alone, again, you start getting down in the 2 and 3A levels, and all of a sudden that is huge.
Davies going to go out of the gun once again. Fakes the handoff, and it's tipped but taken in by Alexander. He's got room. He's across midfield into South Putnam territory.
Great counter by Coach Carnes there. Coach Akers really crowded the line of scrimmage, had 8 guys or almost 8.5 guys within about 4 yards of the football here. A nice little pop pass here to Alexander. Thought he might have had a chance to go the distance.
4 wide now for North Putnam. Davies out of the gun. Now looks to the sideline to get the call. Looks to the right, little short pass and incomplete. Pass intended for the tight end, Skylar Warren.
Davies, that time, again, the one negative of being in the gun, your feet go, it's really hard to restart your feet. It was again, that's great on a spot pass. In that case there, Davies caught it, didn't really redirect his feet or move his feet to the target, and that's why I think he was off just a little bit.
Davies again out of the gun, 4 wide. Steps up to the line now. That's going to be a direct snap now to Murray. Murray breaks the tackle. He's through the line of scrimmage, gains a couple, maybe 3 on the play. We'll call him down at the 47.
I understand now why Coach Carnes is going to more of the single winger shotgun. And the biggest reason is they went 4 wide. All the South Putnam did was take 4 defenders out, which means they still stacked the box. So they were, North Putnam, if they stay in the traditional I-back run, they're a man short.
3rd and long once again here for North Putnam. He's got 3 receivers now to the left side of the formation. Looks to the sideline. Takes the snap. He's looking to his left. He's going to throw to the sideline and just out of the reach. That was intended for Alexander, but too much out in front of him, incomplete.
Nice job by the South Putnam defense. I would look for North to get back in that set again and run the ball, because when they did that, an extra defender had to come out. Even though it still was 4 wide receivers, there was 1 less man in the box, and the safety was a lot deeper. Look for North Putnam to come back next series and run that same formation and run the ball.
North Putnam now sends in their punting unit. Punt is away down the right sideline. Now takes a bounce into the middle of the field, and it's going to be downed just inside the 16-yard line for South Putnam.
Well, I'll be anxious to see here, Thad, how South Putnam now, after seeing what North is going to defend them, what they do. Because talking to Coach Akers, he felt pretty good about their chances of running the football. Liked how Southmont ran the ball on North Putnam. Felt like his offense was very similar to Southmont.
Talking about running the football, that's what South Putnam does. Coming into tonight, their quarterback, Devin Cashin, only 12 pass attempts on the season in the first 2 games.
I think he had 4 in the first game, so I know they were certainly limiting the throwing.
Man in motion, now handed off up the middle. That's going to be Dalton Scott there, the fullback, and we haven't mentioned Dalton Scott's name yet tonight, but he's going to play fullback, obviously, for the offense coming into tonight. 32 carries, 162 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But defensively for Dalton Scott, already 17 tackles on the season. He already holds the school record for tackles in a career, so every time he makes another tackle this season, he's just tacking on to that record.
It is so great to have experience, and not necessarily having a 4-year experience, but great job by Dalton.
Cashin's going to take a deep shot down the left sideline and incomplete. That was intended for Schnepp down the sideline, couldn't connect. Now 3rd and medium here for the Eagles.
I like the play call by Coach Akers. Again, everything has been kind of, they rolled out a little bit, but everything's been inside the tackles. Let's loosen up a little bit. Whether you connect or not, that DB and those safeties now can't play run first. They got to honor that pass. Good play call.
See if one of these teams can convert now on 3rd down. Handoff up the middle, off the left side. We'll see where they're going to mark him. I think he's going to be about a half a yard short.
In this case here, it's early in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Akers going for it here. I'll be anxious. I know it is a gamble. The one thing that we're starting to see that across the country now, it is the trend is becoming common now to go for it on 4th down. I mean, not 4th and 1, 4th and 7, 8. The percentages are in your favor, and again, so you're starting to see more and more programs go for it on 4th down, which now changes how I call a defense and really how I call the plays on offense if I know I've got that extra down.
Chain gang's going to come out, going to give us a measurement. That was Dalton Scott once again on that carry.
Hard runner. Really like the way he runs with a lean, Thad.
See just exactly where this is going to line up.
He's a full yard short, it looks like, but I can't. Nope, maybe half yard.
So 4th down, and we'll say a foot here for South Putnam, and we'll see what Coach Akers elects to do. Offense on the field.
I'm going to turn the hand to Scott again. That's what I know. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of guys inside there.
Cashin under center, Wishbone behind him, bobbled the snap momentarily, but they hands it off, pushes the pile forward for a 1st down.
The one thing that you start seeing on 4th and short now is you know guard to guard, running center, that is clogged up. If you'll just take one step and go off the guard's butt almost to the tackle, you're normally going to get a great wash down by all of your linemen, and you're going to get a 1 to 3 yard gain. Normally that's a great place. You start seeing quarterback sneaks take one step instead of going right behind the center.
That was Scott again on that carry there for the Eagles. Cashin hands it off in the backfield and hit in the backfield. Ball was loose on the turf. They're going to say he was down, so they're going to mark him down, and a loss of maybe 4 yards there for South Putnam.
Again, great job up front by North Putnam. They are really getting to the ball. They're starting to move their front. I'd love to see how long it takes fronts to be able to move, and already Coach Carnes has found a little thing, a key that he's able to slant strong or weak.
Same formation here for Cashin. 2nd down and 13. He's going to pitch it out off the left side. Some running room out there. That was Connor Kane, number 28, the senior for the Eagles.
I'll tell you what, North Putnam was, I couldn't tell if they were misaligned, but they were short an outside linebacker to that side. And again, whether that was a toss check with me, meaning that we can go either way, but great job of play calling there by Coach Akers because they went to the less or the less man side.
3rd down and 3 now for South Putt. Cashing up the middle. Looked like that was Dalton Scott once again, and he's going to be just short here of the first down marker, it appears. They're going to give it to him.
I always like that. Great job by the white hat of taking control. I think he realized where the line of scrimmage was. And again, I like it when officials are very just precise and go. Don't wait and meet, and I like that.
Cashin again, taking his time under center there. Now handoff once again up the middle. That is to Scott again, and he's going to push forward for 2 or 3 yards. Coach, we didn't talk about this in the pregame, but one thing about North Putnam, their offense so far in the first 2 games has been pretty explosive. So for South Putnam, if you can put together these kind of meticulous drives, take your time, work your way down the field, keep that offense over there on the sideline, it's going to help you out.
Tell you what, I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, this is exactly what Coach Akers wants. He wants that clock to be able to run. He wants a North Putnam offense on the sidelines. Great minds thinking alike. I like
right.
it.
They're going to take a shot deep down the left sideline, just barely overthrown. That pass intended for Kane Gregory down the left sideline.
Again, what I like about that is take your shots. You can't just, as everybody says, wishbone, you can't throw the football. Yes, you can. You just got to pick and choose when you want to do that here. And as well as they've been running the football, again, for them to take a shot on 2nd down, I like the call.
2nd down, we've already seen them go for it on 4th down. So, you've got yourself 2 downs here to pick up that first down yardage.
Amen.
3rd down and 7. They're going to pitch it out off the left side once again. He's over to the sideline. He's going to lean forward. Did he get to the first down marker? He juked a tackler there on the sideline, just slipped out of his grasp and leaned forward. We'll see where they're going to mark it.
Yeah, I thought he stepped out of bounds just past the 45. But again, we're quite a ways from that here. But I thought the official, I saw his bag get thrown out here. This is an interesting call. Again, everybody's always 4th and 1, no problem, no brainer. 4th and 3, 4th and 4. You're talking about you've got to get a great push, but the way that Scott's been running, I'm going to run that off-tackle veer, which is basically off right behind the tackle's butt, and I like their chances doing it.
That was Connor Kane on that last carry, 28. Now he's going to flank out to the right side of the formation. 2 receivers to the right. Now they're going to punch it up the middle to Scott. He's going to lean forward. Let's see, where did he get to? And he is going to be short.
Yeah, I think Cashin kept the ball, I think is what happened. The mesh point got messed up. And again, mesh point again is where the quarterback and the running back are meeting, and he's reading the defensive end. And that time, because North Putnam was slanted to it, that mesh point got all screwed up. Again, I like there, Coach Carr's been getting hurt by that tackle play, slant to it. I like his adjustment.
Evan Davies back out for the Cougar offense here for North Putnam. Going to take over possession of the ball here on the 47 of South Putt. Inside handoff there to Murray. Murray off the right side. Murray breaks the tackle. He's got 12, maybe 13 yards.
I tell you what, South Putnam has elected not to play a safety on that play. I know that we've got a flag, but I tell you what, if you break the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a touchdown because there's nobody there on the back end to make the tackle.
See what this call is going to be. It's going to be holding against North Putnam, so negating that nice burst on first down there by Murray.
Nice job up front by the offensive line of North Putnam, just probably grabbing a little bit too much jersey. And again, good call by the officials. Again, I love it when officials make calls that actually influence the play, and that must have done just that.
So now we'll call it first and say maybe 17, I believe.
Right, because that's a spot foul. And so it goes, even though it was a +8 on the run, depending on where it was, it goes back 10 yards.
Davies again looking to the sideline. See this a ton now at the high school level. It was a college thing. Now everything just kind of trickles down.
It does, exactly.
Davies inside handoff again to Murray. Murray picking up 8, maybe 9 yards. He's across midfield and down at the 45 of South Putnam.
Well, I think North Putnam has a distinct advantage with their size. I think we're seeing a little bit of that right now. Look for South Putnam and Scott in particular to start probably moving and slanting and blitzing to try to disrupt a rhythm that North is getting into.
4 receivers out now for North Putnam, 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Davies out of the gun once again. Now he's going to roll to the right. Murray gets him a block, and Davies shakes forward, maybe picks up a yard.
Great job by South Putnam there because, again, Davies comes in rushing for a little over 150 yards in 2 games. So he's not shy on running the football at 6.9 yards a carry here. Great job, but, again, blocking kind of broke down on the edge for North Putnam.
3rd down and 6 now for the Cougars. Davies out of the gun. Now 3 wide outs to the left.
Tell you what, Thad, in that formation, they are daring them to throw the football.
Davies going to step back, going to throw it across the middle, pass deflected away, and that's Kane Gregory, and a late flag's going to come in there in the defensive backfield.
He came over the cross, the defender did. He came over the back a little early. Again, he made such a sweeping move with his arm that drew too much attention to it for the official not to call it.
Officials are huddled to discuss. Here comes the call. It's going to be holding in the defensive backfield.
Okay. All right. And again, I thought it looked more like an interference call. But again, I didn't see I wasn't focused on that the first part of there. Again, good call by the officials.
Still enough to get North Putnam a 1st down here, so it'll be 1st and 10 for them at the 34-yard line here of South Putnam.
South Putnam is daring North Putnam to throw the football. They still got a 7-man box. I mean, there's 7 guys inside the tackles here.
Davies looking to the left now. That's over to Alexander, and they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
Ball a little bit behind him again. Davies got to transfer his weight. He's got his weight on his back foot, and again, anytime you come up short, that means you're not stepping through. And again, credit South Putnam's rush, which didn't allow him to step through.
2nd and 10 now for the Cougars. Seems like more and more they're going to that 4 wide out formation, Coach.
Well, there's no safety now, and I like it because, again, now you're seeing him right there. He breaks it, and there's no support.
Murray up the middle, broke 2 or 3 tackles there by the Eagles, and he's down to the 15-yard line.
Tell you what, Thad, again, look for some type of adjustment here because you're going to have to, there's not really much else that they can do because you got to walk out 4 guys on 4 receivers here. But again, look, what they can do a little bit more is start pinching those ends and let those linebackers or safeties play both run and pass.
1st and 10 now for the Cougars.
Look for a run here, Thad.
Davies out of the gun, inside handoff there to Murray. Bounces to his right and then leans forward for 3 or 4 yards. Jackson Wood, number 40, in on the tackle there for South Putnam.
Like the way that Jackson Wood plays great with his hands. Enjoy that. Again, that formation again, Thad, was 3 receivers on one side, 1 on the other, and that takes an extra man out of the box for South Putnam, which I think they'll see more of that in running in that formation.
That's going to wrap it up here for our first quarter of play. So we'll switch into the field here. When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 7 for North Putnam, threatening to score inside South Putnam territory.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Endeavor Communications. Don't be tortured by technology. Call 1-800-922-6677 or visit www.weendeavor.com for all your telecommunication and technology needs. Back here at South Putnam High School, South Putt versus North Putt right now. North Putt threatening here inside Eagle territory. They've got 2nd and 7 right now. They can pick up a first down just inside the 5-yard line. Evan Davies, the senior quarterback here for North Putnam. Davies looking left, a slant and knocked away. That was intended for Alexander, and right there defensively for North Putnam, that was 35, Aiden LeBlanc.
Yeah, it was defended great. The second hit by the safety. Again, anytime that you're above the shoulders, they're going to call it. We're seeing that on Sundays now. People don't like it. They don't like it on Saturdays, and we don't like it on Fridays. But we like keeping our kids safe.
That was Kane Gregory lined up as safety there for South Putnam. The pass was deflected away by LeBlanc, but Gregory came in after the deflection and hit the receiver, Alexander.
Yeah, we called helmet to helmet there is what Willie and his crew called there. Good call again. Again, safety is the biggest priority that the officials have, and so I think it was a correct call.
Coach Akers asking for an explanation. Nice job there by Willie Douglas to come over, kind of explain the situation to him.
And I think the only thing Coach Akers is going to ask is that's not the umpire's call.
They snapped the ball, and the officials were not set. They're going to blow that play dead, I believe, and we're going to redo that one.
We're going to have a redo. We get a do-over here. Again, I think the ball was put back in play, and when the official steps away from it, the kids think it's ready to go, and obviously it's not.
That's like the old backyard wiffle ball game. You got to have a redo. Got to have a redo, guys.
You have that all the time, and yes, I get that here, and so. But no, he was explaining it, and I think that's probably one question that Coach Akers is going to have is not that the call was made, but who made the call. That's not necessarily his call.
So Davies out of the gun once again. Inside handoff there. He is stuffed, but I think he's going to lean forward for enough to pick up a first down.
Tell you what, though, Thad, I like the way the South Putnam's playing on defense. I mean, they're making North Putnam earn everything here. No big plays. Talk about limiting big plays is one of the keys. South Putnam is doing that. Okay, that the problem is, again, they can't keep giving up the 4 and 7 and 8 yard plays because those are adding up.
That was Aiden Baker on that carry coming in tonight, the third leading rusher for the Cougars, 113 yards in their first 2 games. Now 1st and goal here for North Putnam. Baker now to the left of Davies. There was a flinch on the line, and I'm not sure if that came from the offense or the defense. And it's going to be a false start there against North Putnam.
Tell you what, it is so hard when the person across from you move for you to stay poised and keep your composure and stand your ground. So often, again, you just flinch enough, officials sees it, they're going to always call it.
That's going to push the Cougars back now to the 9-yard line, so still 1st and goal here for North Putnam, but now 9 yards to gain to get those points.
Nice thing is that is first down, and I think that gives them, it's not 2nd and 9 or 2nd and 10. It's first down.
Alexander in the slot to the left. Davies looking over there, throws it behind him, nearly slips out of that tackle, but he's taken down. Now a late flag comes in.
Can't tackle the helmet. Going to get a face. They're probably going to call face mask, which means to be half the distance to the goal. First down.
Wait for the call, and yep, that's going to be a face mask there against South Putnam.
Not sure it was a face mask, but it certainly was you can't tackle him by the helmet. It looked worse than what it was, but you got to protect the kids. Again, above the shoulders, you're going to get a call.
First down now. We'll call it from the 5-yard line. First and goal. Two receivers now to his right. Davies inside handoff to Baker. Baker stuffed up front. That's going to be Dalton Scott again inside on that tackle there for the Eagles.
I love how Dalton Scott plays. I tell you, he plays with a mission. He gets to the ball in a bad mood. Understand now why he's breaking all his own records as he goes. I just like kids that have a knack of finding the football, and Scott has that.
Second down and goal now for North Putnam. Like you said, Coach, South Putnam, I know that they've given up some yardage on this drive, and, man, they're really making North Putnam work for it.
They are. They're doing a great job. This has not come easy for North Putnam.
Davies hands it off to Murray. Murray off the left side, slips through a tackle, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Great job by Coach Carnes. Talked about inside being great, so if it's not working as well, go outside. Less people, smaller bodies to have to break through. Great job. Again, great drive by North Putnam.
Chris Murray, the senior halfback for the Cougars, his second rushing touchdown of the season.
And like the way that Chris Murray runs, averaging just short of 7 yards a carry. Again, I like it when you run with a lean. Again, meaning that you're running forward here, which is a huge deal.
Elliott Sabian's in for the kick. Kick is up, and it is good. Just over the crossbar, and that's another point for North Putnam. They take the lead 7-0 here over their rivals, South Putnam. 9:48 to go here in the first half.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Higher there. But Murray was able to, make the last couple yards, and what I liked about what North Putnam did, they were able to shield off Scott, who has been everywhere on every play.
Skylar Warren in to kick this off here for North Putnam. Little fake trickery there by the Cougars, like that, keeping South Putnam on their toes.
And when you're filming that, now as a coach next week, you've got to practice that. And all that does is take time away from your basics of running offense defense. I like the idea of doing that.
Warren boots it down the left sideline, and that's going to trickle out of bounds, so the flag comes in there for the illegal procedure call against the Cougars.
I know that North Putnam has a lot of respect for the special teams and kickoff return of South Putnam. But again, giving them the ball on the 35-yard line or 40-yard line is not exactly where I would want to do it here. I couldn't understand the last time it happened, the ball's on 31, because you have the option of re-kicking where it goes out of bounds or the 40. And for some reason they spotted it on 31. I wasn't sure why that happened last time.
South Putnam offensively comes out. We'll see if the Eagles can get something together. They had a nice drive there towards the end of the first quarter. No points obviously come of that. We'll see if they can continue kind of that progress. An inside handoff there to Dalton Scott. Pushes the pile for maybe a yard.
Well, I tell you what now, if you're Coach Akers, now here come all your counter plays. meaning that this play has worked well. Now let's come back and rush the counter of it, because North Putnam is really putting a lot of guys right inside tackle to tackle, and just their brute size and strength is starting to wear you down a little bit offensively.
Cash in here again with the wishbone formation behind him. Another inside handoff there to Scott. He's trying to push forward, and a big-time tackle made right there for North Putnam. That was number 24, Jordan Pope, coming in from his safety position to make that tackle.
Great job by Pope and by Sanford up front. They're really doing a nice job, North Putnam is, of really clogging that middle and taking away those quick hitters that were working in the first quarter.
Luke Sanford, the defensive end for North Putnam, he's going to be the only player for the Cougars going to play both ways on the line for them tonight. Handoff there off the right side for South Putnam. That was Aiden LeBlanc. And we'll see what Coach Akers wants to do here. 4th, and we'll call it 5.
Great call on the punt here. We have a light drizzle, light rain. If I'm Coach Carnes, I'm probably going to tell my punt returner, unless it lands in your lap, stay away from it.
That's Lucius Alexander back to receive the punt. Kane Gregory, the punter, in for South Putnam. Low snap. He's going to roll those right. He's going to throw it deep along the right side. Switzer's going to come back for the ball. It was knocked away defensively in the backfield by North Putnam, and then they're going to turn it over on downs.
I tell you what, Coach Akers wanting a flag there, because, again, the ball's in the air. Receiver, is trying to come back for the ball and it's hit. Legally, he's got to have every right to be able to do that. Coach Akers thought he was being pushed and held while the ball's in the air. Great call. A little bit of trickery there and a little bit of chance by Coach Akers. But I tell you what, I like him staying aggressive.
That was James Duncan, number 15, the defensive back for North Putnam, to knock that ball away. So now first down for North Putnam's offense, already inside South Putnam territory. Inside handoff to Murray. Murray off the right side, breaks the tackle, slips back, and he's going to be close to the line to gain and a first down.
Size matters. And up front, North Putnam, it just, again, it took them about a quarter to kind of start just letting that size overcome South Putnam a little bit here. Look for South Putnam now to start moving their front end slanting.
Davies again, inside handoff to Murray. Murray, not a bunch to do there, and inside there on the tackle was Aiden LeBlanc, first to get there for South Putnam.
Great job. They slanted to the tight end side there, allowing the outside linebacker or defensive end to come unblocked. And really, again, great coaching adjustment. I like what Coach Akers is doing here. Coach Carnes is still going to say, we're bigger. And we're going to turn around and we're going to base block you, meaning we're going to block man on man, and we're going to get our 3 to 5 yards, and we're going to see what your answer is then.
3rd and 1 now for North Putnam. Again, out of the gun here for Davies. Davies, this time he hands it off to Baker. Baker stuffed up front there by Dalton Scott, and we'll see where they're going to mark it. I think he's going to be just slightly short.
Tell you what, with second and third down short runs failing, as much as Coach Carnes wants to go for this on 4th down, tell you what, you've controlled the game up to this point. He's probably going to go for it. But again, your defense is playing so well. Punt South Putnam back. I think you got a better chance of scoring from that way of happening. I do like the idea of calling for a measurement. Anxious or a really curious decision here.
Officials timeout as the chain gang's going to come out. 6:38 to play here in our first half. North Putnam leading South Putnam 7-0 here. As we mentioned in the pregame show, both of these teams coming into the contest tonight 2-0 on the season, and this is their first Western Indiana Conference game of the season, and we didn't get to this. So both North Putnam and South Putnam competing in the West Division of the Western Indiana Conference, which is split into 2 divisions, East and West. And the Western Division for the WIC has been loaded so far this season. You've got Greencastle, North Putnam, South Putnam, Northview, and Sullivan all 2-0 already on the season. West Vigo, they sit in the rankings 1-1 and a solid program over there in West Terre Haute.
It's funny how the divisions sometimes, because the Eastern's sometimes better than the West, but this year the Western part of that division is loaded, as you said earlier.
4th and 1 now for North Putnam. We'll see what Coach Carnes elects to do here, and the offense is going to come back out. The Cougars going to go for it.
Look for a hard count. Look for some way to try and draw them off sides if you're North Putnam.
Davies in the gun, hands it off to Baker, and Baker is stuffed. Nothing doing. Eagle defense all over him.
Didn't try to draw them off sides, and again, for the third straight time, South Putnam won the battle of the line of scrimmage. When you can do that, again, if I'm Coach Akers, I am thrilled right now because that's something by size, by sheer size, should not be happening. Okay, right now, that front is playing harder than what North Putnam is.
That was Jackson Wood, number 40, first in there for the Eagle defense.
Great job by Jackson. Again, he got to the ball, held him up just long enough for his buddies to come and finish the play.
Cashin again under center. Now an I formation behind him. Gonna hand it over to LeBlanc, and not much there for LeBlanc on the left side of the line.
You know, people probably wonder, why is there deep motion? Why is there motion at all? You're trying to get the linebackers to step or flow, which allows one less person to get to the ball. And it's more for a distraction than anything else. And again, but I do think that Coach Akers probably has a counter off of that ISO, probably going to swing it or throw the ball out wide if that linebacker doesn't honor that deep motion.
Cashin again, going to hand it off to LeBlanc, and LeBlanc taking down, maybe a loss of one there for LeBlanc. So 3rd and long coming up now for the Eagles.
Interesting call here. I don't think that South Putnam wants to throw the ball here. Again, like what Coach Carnes is doing. He is saying, again, if you're going to run the ball, you're going to run against 8 defenders in the box. Okay, we have one more blocker than you have. That you, or one more defender, and right now they're winning that battle.
3rd and 9 here for the Eagles. They're going to pitch it out. That is Kane. Connor Kane's going to spin move, slip one tackle, but not much there for Connor Kane. We'll call it a gain of 3 there for the Eagles.
I like the idea of going out wide. The issue is North Putnam did a great job. The linebackers did a scraping over the top, and really there was nowhere to go. And then once you turned it back in, they really did a great job of rallying to the football.
Alexander back once again for North Putnam. Kane Gregory to punt it away for South Putt. Gregory boots this one away down the middle of the field. It's going to take a bounce off a South Putnam player, and it's going to be down at about the 25. And we'll see if they saw that initial contact of the ball.
I'm not sure they saw that, and again, you're looking. Yep, they did. Good.
Good job of communication there by the officials.
I like Willie and their crew. They don't miss much. Again, it's a thankless job. Again, we are short officials. If you're just out of football or any sport and you're looking to make a little money and to stay in the game, officials and the IOFA could definitely use your help.
So 4.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. North Putnam going to try to tack on some more points here before they go to halftime. Davies in the gun, 2 receivers to the right. Davies is going to roll to his right. Now he's going to throw it out short into the flat. That was Colton Thorson, the tight end, on the reception there for North Putnam, and Aiden LeBlanc, the tackle for South Putt.
Aiden LeBlanc just did something that is almost impossible to do. Plays the run against the tackle and then makes the tackle on the pass play. What an athletic move by Aiden there to be able to do both.
Now he's going to take it, Davies himself, and maybe a gain of 1 on that play. Tackle made there by Dalton Scott.
As easily as it's been at times for North Putnam, these last 2 drives, South Putnam has really stood up to it and really said, we're not giving this in. And again, we're bound and determined to make this a 1-score game at halftime, give our offense a chance to even tie it up.
Now a good opportunity here for the South Putnam defense to make a stand. 3rd and 8. North Putnam deep in their own territory. Davies again out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Murray is to his left in the backfield. Fakes it to Murray. He's going to roll to his left. He's looking, and the pass is deflected away. And who else but Dalton Scott?
I tell you what, Dalton Scott is a man. He is all over the field. He is making plays with his eyes to get in position, his feet, his arms. I just like the way he plays the game on both sides of the ball. But as a linebacker, he has those natural instinctive skills, and it's showing up tonight.
North Putnam on 4th and long now will elect to punt. Switzer is back deep for South Putnam. And a timeout taken here by Coach Akers and the Eagles. We'll take it with them here. Just a few moments away from halftime. 3:10 to go in a 1-score game. South Putnam looking to tack on some points before the break.
Keep up to date with your favorite high school, college, and semi-professional teams on the ISC Sports app. Download it today from the App Store, Google Play, or on Roku. The ISC Sports Network. Local lives here.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Switzer's going to be back deep here for South Putnam. Make sure to download the ISC Sports Network app today from your favorite app store. Watch free live sports broadcasts, including all IHSAA tournament events. The ISC Sports Network local lives here. Kick away, high boot. Switzer's got it. He's going to take it at the 34. Switzer makes a move. Now he's up the middle. He's across the 40 to the 45. Call him down at the 47, and a nice return there by Hayden Switzer, the sophomore.
Talked about hidden yards here, and South Putnam does a great job with their special teams. Akers, nice job of fielding the punt to begin with, and then making the first man miss. And anytime that happens, kickoff or punt-wise, you make the first man miss, you've got a chance to make big yards, and he did so.
Switzer, the sophomore, as I mentioned, 5'9", 150 pounds, the punt returner for them. Also their leading receiver. He has 4 catches for 75 yards on the season. We'll see if they take a shot to Switzer at some point in the contest. We've seen him try to go deep to Gregory earlier down the sideline. Different formation here, and it's going to be Switzer out of the gun. Switzer takes the snap. He's off the right side of the formation across the 50 into North Putnam territory, and a late flag comes down.
Looked like in the area of a hold, which means you're going to, if you take it, it's going to be probably 1st and 15 because they gained 5 on the first down. But I'll be anxious to see what the actual call is. Yeah, it looks like a hold.
It is going to be a hold against South Putnam. And, yeah, I think you're right, Coach. Should be in that territory of about 1st and 15.
And if I'm Coach Akers here, run the ball. You still got a little over or a little under 3 minutes. You don't need to throw it and have the clock stop because you want to make sure you end this quarter with the ball. Well, that means you're running the football, but don't give North Putnam a chance to put more points on the board. You are in control right now.
Same formation here. Switzer out of the gun. LeBlanc in motion. This time he hands it to LeBlanc off the left side. Not a lot of room over there. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. We'll say at the 45-yard line.
The only thing that LeBlanc did there, that if I'm Coach Akers, I'm not crazy about, stay in bounds. Don't stop the clock. He stopped the clock there. And I understand momentum does that. If that's the case, lower your shoulder, stay in bounds. We want the clock to run if you are South Putnam.
Second down now and 12 for the Eagles. Switzer again, the lone man in the backfield. Now LeBlanc in motion once again. Switzer's going to fake it to him. Switzer's going to take it. Slips one tackle, and now a spin move. He's off the right side, and a lot of movement and a lot of yardage not gained there by Switzer. Maybe a gain of 1.
Well, what I love the formation. You've got 4 receivers on one side. I almost wouldn't go in motion and see if I can just steal everything down and get Switzer out on the edge. But I would say 3rd and 10, probably going to go back to your more conventional offense and throw it a little bit.
Cashin's going to take the call there from the sideline into the huddle, and as you talked about, Coach, taking their time here, under 2 minutes to play here in the half.
Yeah, I like what Coach Akers doing. This is why I'll be anxious to see if he opts to throw the ball and stop the clock if it's an incomplete pass.
Cashin's going to roll to his right, looking down the field, nothing to do, and he is tackled on the sideline, and I think he's going to be called out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock, and it's a loss of about 7 yards there for the Eagles.
Great job by North Putnam. Love what Coach Carnes did there. Again, he played the sticks, meaning he drops his linebackers, everybody right to what was needed to be gained. There was nowhere for Cashin to throw the ball. I liked his decision. Don't force it. End the possession with a punt or a kick. In this case, it's going to be a punt. But again, I like what the young man did there.
Gregory to punt it away here for South Putnam. Kick short to the left, and that's going to be bounced inside the 35, down at the 32-yard line.
Big possession here, Thad, for South Putnam. Because, again, 7-0, life's fine, you're good. Don't want to go down 2 scores.
See what North Putnam wants to do here offensively. 2-minute drill, 1:23 to go here left in the half. And as we talked about, Coach, they have been explosive in their first 2 games of the season. See if they can try to get a quick strike here before the break.
Well, North Putnam has been behind South Putnam on a couple of these deep routes, just haven't connected yet. And with playing straight man up in their face with no safety, interesting.
3 receivers out to the left, and it looked like Jackson Wood for South Putnam jumped across the line of scrimmage.
Have discipline. Again, Jackson playing on both sides of the ball, probably a little fatigued, a little tired. You got to have discipline here in this 2-minute drill to try to keep North Putnam out of the end zone.
First down and 5 now following the penalty. North Putnam taking their time here, getting their play set up with the clock stopped. Davies, of course, will be out of the gun. Once again, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. That's Baker in the backfield next to him. Davies throws it to the right, the pass is caught right at the first down marker. That is Colton Clifford on the reception for North Putnam.
Nice throw and catch, but even a better tackle by South Putnam. North Putnam, again, you don't have to go for the home run yet. Just get chunks and chunks and take what the defense is giving you.
Just under a minute to play now in the half. Davies looking left. Throws it. It's going to be tipped, nearly intercepted by LeBlanc. And a late flag's going to come in, and look like Dalton Scott hit the receiver way after the play, and that's going to be a penalty there against South Putnam.
Again, as great as Dalton Scott plays, as great as he is, okay, you got to be disciplined, not to create that type of penalty at this time of the game. Don't give him that. If that's the case, South Putnam has given him 20 yards on 3 plays. That North Putnam did not have to do anything to earn the yards. Yep.
There's going to be a personal foul there against Scott.
So you're looking at, again, it's going to be 20 yards unearned by North Putnam and given really by South Putnam.
And now with 52 seconds to play, this penalty is going to put North Putnam into South Putnam territory, and with a real opportunity here to score before the break. And like you talked about, Coach, if you're South Putnam, you got to try to avoid going down 2 scores here right before halftime.
And that looks like the officials marked it off as a spot foul. So you're looking at it, that actually was not a 15-yard penalty. That was more of the range of a 20, 21-yard penalty. Great timeout by Coach Akers. Calm your team down. Okay, you know they haven't earned anything yet. You've given it to them. If you're Coach Carnes now, you know you got a chance to play a little bit. You're playing with house money with just under a minute, and let's throw the ball and let's see what happens.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 34-yard line now of South Putnam. Coach Akers going to release his guys back out onto the field. You know what, Coach? We had a little bit of that rain earlier. It's really cooled down a little bit. Kind of feels like football out here.
Finally does. I tell you what, there's nothing like the warmth of those opening games, whatever, but it is nice to get back in that fall brisk. I'm ready for it. I love the heat. I love the heat, but I'm more of a Carolina guy when it comes to the weather. Let's be about 70, 72. I'd be really happy.
Davies out of the gun. Now he's going to go 3 receivers to the right, including Murray, the normal halfback for the Cougars. Baker in the backfield to the left of Davies. Davies back to pass. He's looking to his left. He's looking for Clifford, and it's going to be knocked away down the sideline. Nice defensive play there by Switzer.
What I like what Coach Akers did there in South Putnam is they went to 2 safeties. They were daring North Putnam to run the football. There's enough time and timeouts left. Don't be surprised if Coach Carnes comes back and counters that and runs the ball a little bit here because, again, you still have timeouts. And, again, take what the defense is giving you. They're telling you run the football.
47 seconds now to play. 2nd and 10 for North Putnam. Same formation again here. 3 receivers to the right. 1 to the left. Short pass there to the left. Pass is caught. Scott with the tackle there. I think that was Kevin Barger on the reception. Yeah, it was number 11 for the Cougars.
Great job by Kevin of catching and getting upfield right after he caught the ball. No dance, no move, let's go. I like that. Now bringing up a very third and manageable. What I also like what Coach Carnes is doing, don't try to throw where the defense is. They're playing – again, really, they're backing up, playing two deep coverage. Take the easy stuff, and let your receivers run after the catch.
3rd and 2 here for South Putnam, and we'll mention it here since we're getting to that time. Elliot Sabian's the kicker for North Putnam. He's 10 of 11, or pardon me, he is 11 out of 12 on the season in point afters, but he has not yet attempted a field goal attempt on the season.
And so that tells me that look for North Putnam here to run the football, try to get a first down, spike it, stop the clock, and then give yourself a couple throws into the end zone.
As we mentioned, 39 seconds to play. 3rd and 2 here for North Putnam. Davies out of the gun once again. Same formation with 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Scott inching his way to the line of scrimmage. He's going to hand it off to Baker on the inside, and there's nothing much doing there, but enough for a first down for North Putnam.
Now, because it's a first down, I don't know if I call the timeout. Spike it. Spike it. Save your first down, but I think North Putnam went ahead and called it, which is fine. But, again, because they were stopping the clock to move the chains, to me, spike the ball. You may lose the second half for 2 seconds, but save that timeout.
So that timeout's going to come with 32 seconds to play. A first down here for North Putnam. All right, Coach, you got 1st and 10. You're inside the 30-yard line, inside the 25-yard line now offensively. So what are you going to do here if you're North Putnam? You still going to go with the air attack, or you think you have at least 1 or 2 plays that you can put it on the ground?
I think you're going to move the pocket. The ball's on the offense's left side hash. You can sprint right, bootleg right, do whatever you want. At one, you can flood that side. Now you've got 2 or 3 receivers or defenders on the backside, guard no one. I'm going to drag. I'm going to move the pocket here to make it easier on my quarterback. Because he also can then run the ball if they're not there.
And as we mentioned, Davies 5 rushing touchdowns on the season, so he can be elusive. 2 receivers to the right and to the left. Davies straight back into the pocket. Now he's moving. Got hit as he throws. Incomplete pass.
As much trouble as North Putnam's had a little bit of time blocking, that's why I would move the pocket a little bit.
Second down and 10 now for North Putnam.
Got plenty of time. There's no time here. Again, you want to give yourself enough time to throw into the end zone. I just think if you move the pocket, you got yourself a better chance of making a big play.
Davies takes the snap, straight back. Now he's looking to his right to Alexander, and a one-handed grab by Lucius Alexander. The ball squirts loose, and they're going to say that's an incomplete pass, that he didn't have possession and he lost it when he hit the ground.
Great job by the defender. Love the pass. The pass and catch I thought were really solid. Just was juggling a little bit too much. Love the play there by the defender Gregory of getting the ball out there and knocking it loose.
Third and 10 now. 19 seconds to play here in the first half. Davies again out of the gun. Three receivers now to his right. Davies drops back. He's looking to his right. Now he's going to tuck and run, and he's not going to have any room. Gain of a couple yards there, and in there first on that tackle, Cole Bimish, the defensive tackle, number 71 for the Eagles.
Great job by Benish. Look for Coach Carnes now to wait till probably under 3 seconds to call timeout. One last play, Hail Mary. Great job of coverage on the back end by South Putnam. Great job of rushing and keeping the quarterback contained. Nowhere to go for North Putnam and Davies.
Timeout taken there by Coach Carnes. It looks like on the scoreboard here inside the stadium, 0.1 seconds left on the clock. So Carnes waiting till the last possible moment to get that timeout called. So they're going to have one shot here to the end zone before halftime.
I like the idea again. Davies is certainly, his arm is certainly strong enough to get there. I'll be anxious to see if they try to get into like a bunch set, meaning 2 or 3 receivers together, or if they're going to look for more of a one-on-one matchup. Again, Coach Carnes knows his personnel, knows his quarterback, and I'll be anxious to see what they draw up. Number one thing here, too, Thad, for the defense, knock the ball down. You don't need to intercept it. You want the ball to be knocked down.
3 receivers set here for North Putnam. He's got 2 to his left, 1 to his right. That's Clifford. Davies out of the gun. Baker to his right. Now Coach Akers asking about the clock. It appears they put 3 seconds up on the board. Or pardon me, 2.1 seconds up on the board here at the stadium. So Davies here out of the gun. He's going to take the snap. He's looking to his left. Now he throws to the right to Clifford, overthrown and incomplete. And that's going to do it for the first half. Defensive struggle here in this first half, Coach.
Yeah, South Putnam, great job. Kudos. Your defense came up big. You bent and didn't break. North Putnam, you got to be happy because you're moving the football here. But again, for both teams that had done so well last week scoring to be 7-0 at half, great job by both defenses.
Well, that's going to do it for the first half. North Putnam leads South Putnam 7-0.
Throws for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marion. There you go.
And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane?
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La
Man,
Salle.
all alone. Scott got it. Great look by Coach Stick to break down the defense.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. all at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Keep up to date with your favorite high school, college, and semi-professional teams on the ISC Sports app. Download it today from the App Store, Google Play, or on Roku. The ISC Sports Network. Local lives here.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Tired of watching the same old things on TV? Something new is on the horizon. The ISC Sports Network. Contact your cable provider today to add the ISC Sports Network. See the big games, the big moments, the championships, and more from all across the state. High schools, colleges, original content you can't find anywhere else. On the ISC Sports Network, it's all here. Find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports.
They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Again? I'm going to miss the big game.
Troubled by your TV provider? Endeavor is here with eTV. With Endeavor's television service, there's no need to worry about a thunderstorm or whether your satellite dish is pointed in the right direction. We also provide internet, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people. Not getting their messages? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eWireless. Endeavor Communications combines the nation's largest 4G LTE network with friendly hometown service, so you'll always be connected to your kids. We also provide internet, television, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Halftime here from Greencastle, Indiana. North Putnam leading South Putnam 7-0 here at the break. Thad Van Devener and Coach Lance Scheib with you. It's our Endeavor eShield Security halftime show. Endeavor eShield Security provides security protection for your home or business. Powered by quality Honeywell products, Endeavor eShield helps protect what you cherish most. Call 1-800-922-6677 for more information. All right, Coach, this first half I think is not exactly how we thought it was going to go, but it's been a well-played first half, and South Putnam's defense has been up to the challenge of that North Putnam offense.
Well, Thad, you and I talked about before the game the size difference and just the across the board. I mean, North Putnam has a size of a 5 or 6A line, but South Putnam has not backed down one bit. And again, Scott has been incredible at linebacker, done a nice job at running back. Davies has been good. Murray's been good running the ball for North Putnam. But the biggest thing that I am just been impressed with is the South Putnam front. And right now they are really making it difficult on North Putnam to move the football. So this, again, only being a half game to play, only down 7-0. If I'm Coach Akers, I feel really good about where I am.
You talk about that South Putnam defensive front. Let's revisit those guys. It's Parker Hacker, Cole Bimish, Demetrius Leo, and Nick Tice up front defensively for the Eagles. So you go into the break, you're down 7 if you're South Putnam. Offense has moved the ball a little bit, but nothing real deep into North Putnam territory. How do you get that offense cranked up here in the second half?
Well, you made a great point that as we were off the air about when South Putnam would put 3 and 4 receivers to one side. You're really stressing the defense there because now you're really playing a half the field, and so look for something like that, more of that. And I know when they're in that front there, the interesting thing to me is when they put I'm trying to think who they have at tailback. Switzer, and so can he throw it all? If he can throw it a little bit, now that Wildcat becomes even more of a threat for you here. What I'm anxious to see is what counters does South Putnam have off of that formation. Because right now they've showed very little. It's just been a run to the right or a jet the other way. So I'll be anxious to see what happens in the second half and what they build off of what they did in the first half.
Let's flip it around here. North Putnam offensively, obviously they got the touchdown run there in the second quarter by Murray, a 4-yard scamper for him to put them up 7-0. But other than that one drive, they haven't been very productive offensively, and a couple of those lengthier drives that they've had have been aided by South Putnam penalties.
Yeah, it's been more of South Putnam giving them yards than North Putnam earning the yards. If I am Coach Carnes, you know what, go back to the basics, go man on man, and just say, you know what, we're going to keep leaning on you until you do break. And I thought about midway through the second quarter, I thought South Putnam was just about ready to kind of give in a little bit. And again, they dug deep and really made some great plays. But again, if I'm North Putnam, you're getting no safeties a lot of times. Okay, if you're Davies, quit trying to throw the ball on a line. That's a 1 ball. Throw it on a 2 or 3. Let your receiver run to it, especially since there's no safeties here. So look for play action over the top, down the middle if I'm North Putnam.
You mentioned it there late in that second quarter about possibly getting Davies to move out of the pocket, kind of move the formation, if you will. You think they'll try to make that adjustment here at the break?
I tell you what, as good a runner as Davies is, I would like to see more of that, just because I think you can pin the end. Now you've got 7 guys inside there, and you're really stressing that South Putnam defense on the edge, because now Davies becomes that true dual threat quarterback that everybody likes now. And I tell you what, as a former head coach, the one thing that bothered me more than anything else, that I lost more sleep on, was a quarterback that runs, and I think Davies can do that. And I would hope that Coach Carnes does a little more of that in the second half.
And you know, Coach, one thing that's pretty cool already about this game, it's 7-0 at halftime. Neither team really has any momentum, but you think about this, it's only week 3. This is a pretty huge game already, because you're talking about, obviously, county rivals, and you're going to see these guys all the time. But this is a huge game in that West Division that we talk about. 5 teams that started the season 2-0. Somebody's got to try to break through, and you got to win these tight games if you're going to be a contender in the conference title race.
You know, if you're a senior class, you'd like to win your games at home. You'd like to win homecoming, and you'd like to win the conference. And fourth on that list is beat your county foe. And South Putnam has a chance to do that tonight, only down 7-0. And I think, to your point, Thad, which I think is a great point, is this is a huge game for a lot of reasons. You know, again, if you're South Putnam here, you're playing against bigger opponents all year until you get to the tournament. If you're North Putnam, you want to try to build on your 2-0 start and doing the things the right way. So this is even though it's still week 3, this is a huge game for both teams, and the beauty of it is we're seeing a great game.
As we mentioned, 7-0 here at the break. North Putnam, the Cougars, over the homestanding Eagles of South Putnam. And, you know, Coach, one other thing that we talked about, you know, conference and all this. So in the WIC, it's kind of an interesting layout, but a cool layout here in high school football with 2 divisions. You got East, you got West, you've got 6 teams in each division. Both of these 2 schools play Cloverdale, which is not in their division, but they play them kind of as a non-conference game because it's a county rival. So you already have most of your games set up. And then on week 9 of the season, you have a conference crossover. You can crown a conference champion in the likeness of a Big Ten or a Pac-12 or one of the larger college conferences.
I love how the WIC does it. I think it's great. We're starting to see more schools or more conferences of this size go to it. I know West Lafayette did that last year, played Tipton week 9. But it's great because it's not just one-on-one. It's 2s versus 2s, 3s versus 3s, 4, all the way down, which you're getting like opponents week 9, which I think really helps prepare you for that tournament, week 10, which I think is really, the neat thing about Indiana football is everybody makes the tournament. Whether you are 2-7 or 7-2, you're going. And I think that's such a big deal. And that's why this game here is big, because it jockeys for the right place. But more than anything else, and we talked about this before the game, you're trying now for week 3 through week 7 or 8, you're trying to find your identity and be consistent. And so I'm anxious to see which team can find their identity and be more consistent here in the second half.
We're going to step aside here momentarily. When we come back, we'll have second half action for you. North Putnam leading South Putt 7-0 here at the break.
Keep up to date with your favorite high school, college, and semi-professional teams on the ISC Sports app. Download it today from the App Store, Google Play, or on Roku. The ISC Sports Network. Local lives here.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Tired of watching the same old things on TV? Something new is on the horizon. The ISC Sports Network. Contact your cable provider today to add the ISC Sports Network. See the big games, the big moments, the championships, and more from all across the state. High schools, colleges, original content you can't find anywhere else. On the ISC Sports Network, it's all here. Find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Nice view there of the lights coming on here at Wildman Field. The lights in full effect now. The sun has finally gone down behind the tree line to the west of us, and North Putnam, South Putnam coming out on the field. The Eagles will take possession here to start the second half. Another reason that defensive stand at the end of the break, or at the end of the half, was big for them because they get the ball here to start the second half.
Big deal. What I'll be anxious to see, too, here is does North Putnam keep kicking the ball short and out of bounds to give South Putnam the ball on the 40-yard line, because you're now giving up field position just to start off here. Again, I'm going to pooch it down to the middle, but the problem is you got a kid like Scott here, 2023, who is, I think, best player on the field, or one of the best players, that if you do that, you're going to kick it right to him.
Skylar Warren, the place kicker for North Putnam, is going to boot it away here for the Cougars. Whistle there from the officials, and we've seen North Putnam do this now a couple of times, like you talked about, Coach. Just keeps you on your toes, special team-wise, if you're South Putnam.
They are stressing the front of South Putnam without ever doing anything other than making a fake. I love it.
Warren kicks away. Nice kick there, taken in at about the 10-yard line. That's LeBlanc. LeBlanc to the right side, slips a tackle. Now he's out to the 25, now to the 35. Nice return there for LeBlanc. Aiden LeBlanc for South Putnam. We'll see if that gets the Eagles' momentum going here to start the second half.
Nice job there. Again, you feel better, even though it's really where you started the last two times that you received a kick. You're now doing it on your own merit. You feel good about things here again. Again, cool night. No worry about cramping and fatigue with players playing on both sides of the ball.
Cash in under center, and a flag comes out before they even snap. It's going to be a false start against the Eagles offensively, so just like that, 1st and 15 to start the drive.
They look like my Boilers from last night. It seemed like in the second half, everything that we did on first down in the second half was we lost 5 yards. And so, again, put you behind the 8 ball a little bit, especially if you're Coach Akers and you really want to try to establish the run. Really makes that a little harder here when it's 1st and 15.
You know, some people will give you a little bit of grief for saying we about the Boilers, but you played there. You've got a son there that's a student assistant there, so you're allowed to say we.
Well, I'm sorry, Thad. I understand you went to that other school down south. I get that. I understand. I can't even comment on it right now because they haven't played the game yet, but I do know this. My dear friend Tom Allen is a football coach there, and I love him to death. He is a super young man and somebody that you will be very proud for your son to play for. And as much as I hate for me to say that about that school down there, I won't say what that school's name is, but they are red and white. But no, I tell you what, it's an exciting weekend, not only of high school football, but of college football kicking off as well.
Yeah, we talked about the weather kind of taking hold. It feels like fall. College football kicking off this weekend. It's nice. Labor Day weekend. Cashin's going to hand it off to LeBlanc there in the backfield, and nothing doing here on this drive at all for the Eagles offensively.
Well, again, I like the idea of Coach Akers running deep motion, running some kind of fly motion, whatever you want to call it here. He's now got 3rd and forever. The biggest thing here, you want to end this possession with a kick. So you don't want to turn the ball over. You want to, again, high percentage look for Coach Akers to move the pocket. Cashin has done a nice job of moving and throwing on the run. But, again, the biggest thing is here, there's not a lot of 3rd and 15, 3rd and 18 plays.
That was Luke Sanford, 55 for the North Putnam defense in on that hit. And a timeout's going to be taken here by Coach Akers, and he is not pleased about using a timeout right now, but he's going to talk to his guys and try to regroup here, try to get themselves back into some sort of rhythm here to start the second half.
Well, that just tells me when I've done that, that tells me that I got some hesitation on do I want to throw it, do I want to run it, and because of that, because of the 40-second clock now, you don't have a lot of time to hesitate. And so, again, it's such a key part of the game because you want to come out in that first drive and establish it. Well, it didn't happen. So now do you want to just bite the bullet and run a quick hitter and punt the ball? Do you want to try and make the first down? Do you want to? There's so many moving variables here. And again, with 40 seconds, Thad, you really don't get a lot of time to think about it.
3rd and 20 here for the Eagles offensively. They break the huddle. Here comes the Cougar defense. We'll see what South Putnam tries to do. Like you said, you want to end this possession with a kick, so we'll see. I predict that they will be a little bit conservative here on this play call.
Well, especially with the North Putnam playing back so much, I'd say look for something short.
Cashin is going to throw, nearly intercepted, and that ball is going to fall incomplete. That was Jackson Wood, the intended receiver, and it was swatted away there on the pass attempt.
Yeah, great job by Bryce Smith, number 73. He, big linebacker there, did a nice job of showing some nimbleness for his size and did a great job of deflecting the ball away.
Gregory again to punt. Alexander's going to take it as the punt returner. It's going to bounce at the 47 and then bounce all the way across down to the 41-yard line of North Putnam, and that's where it's going to be down, and that's where the Cougars will take over offensively.
Again, not exactly the way that Coach Akers wanted, but if you're Coach Carnes, you are thrilled. Defense came in, started off with a penalty on the offense and really didn't give any ground. If you're Coach Carnes, you are thrilled to death. Almost had an interception, and now you've got the ball on your own 41. Great field position to start this second half.
See if the Cougars can get their offense kind of up and going here. We saw the one really good drive there early in the second quarter, and that was it that they put together. Now Murray on the handoff, and he is going to be stuffed. That's going to be number 43 for South Putnam, which is Colton Grunlock in on the hit.
Tell you what, Grunlock did a great job of playing off the block of the offensive lineman. Grunlock, again, running to the ball. I like that. LeBlanc kind of held him up a little bit, and then Grunlock was able to finish the tackle. Great start, even though North Putnam did gain a couple yards on that first down.
Two receivers to the left, one to the right here for the Cougars. Davies, he's going to take this one himself. Up the middle, he's across the 50. He's going to spring loose. He's to the 30, to the 20. Are they going to catch him? 10, 5. No one's going to get him in a touchdown for North Putnam.
Great job that time by Coach Carnes. Even though they had only two receivers, they had a tight end to that side, so it still was 3 by 1 by running the quarterback, Davies. Okay, you gained an extra blocker in your running back there. Great job by Murray and blocking, and an incredible job by Davies. Hit that thing running straight up the middle. Touchdown, great start. Couldn't have started any better for North Putnam.
57-yard touchdown scamper from Davies, his 6th touchdown rushing the football this year. The point after attempt is up and good, and the Cougars go up by 14 points, 9:26 to go here in the third quarter.
Again? I'm going to miss the big game.
Troubled by your TV provider? Endeavor is here with eTV. With Endeavor's television service, there's no need to worry about a thunderstorm or whether your satellite dish is pointed in the right direction. We also provide internet, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people. Not getting their messages? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eWireless. Endeavor Communications combines the nation's largest 4G LTE network with friendly hometown service, so you'll always be connected to your kids. We also provide internet, television, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Evan Davies with a 57-yard touchdown run, and just like that, North Putnam goes up 14-0. 2 quick plays there on that offensive series for the Cougars, and a touchdown puts North Putt up by 2 scores.
I tell you what, again, Coach Carnes couldn't have drawn up a better start to the half. He needs now just to keep things going.
Kickoff fielded at the 15. He's up to the 20 before he's going to be tackled there, and that's where South Putnam's going to start this offensive series, and hopefully for the Eagles a little bit better than their last offensive set.
Well, I tell you what, it doesn't. 7 points doesn't seem like a lot, and it's really not. But in the eyes and the minds of a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid, that score's a backbreaker. Now, South Putnam doesn't need to score here, but they need to move the ball. They can move the ball. That keeps the South Putnam kids more engaged in fighting longer. If they were to go 3 and out here, it would not be a good thing for South Putnam.
Now a different looking set here for South Putnam. Cashin's going to go out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers to the right and 2 to his left. 1 back behind him. Almost a pistol formation there. Now he's going to hand it off, and nothing doing there. That was Dalton Scott on the carry.
Again, I like what Coach Akers doing, trying something else, a little eye candy, trying to, shift late, make North Putnam move and think. On defense, you don't want to think. You want to just react. And so I like the schematics of it. Just, again, North Putnam is they're just starting to, the size is starting to take over a little bit.
Same formation here once again for the Eagles. Now Cashin's going to throw it out to Switzer. Switzer's got a blocker out there in Gregory, and Switzer's going to be pushed out of bounds. It's near the 30. I think he got to about the 28-yard line there.
What I liked what Coach Akers did there is you've got Switzer on Smith. Smith is 6'2", 210. He is a great inside-the-box linebacker. Not that he cannot cover the pass because he had a pass knockdown, but he is more of a downhill thumper, meaning he wants to make tackles in the run game. I like what Coach Akers done about putting Switzer, one of the more elusive players, against a bigger linebacker.
3rd and 2 now for South Putt. Cashin inside handoff to Dalton Scott. Pyle still being pushed. Now the whistle comes in, and we'll see where they're going to mark this forward progress down at.
Give me a first down, I think, here, Thad. Again, those quick hitters are great, have really been working well for the 1 to 3 yards. Just not a lot of home run success yet for South Putnam.
And it is going to be a first down there for the Eagles.
And really, if I'm Coach Akers, looking from afar here, I want 2 more first downs. I get 2 more first downs. It's been a very positive possession.
Cashin under center now. I formation. They're going to pitch it out to LeBlanc. Smith misses the tackle in the backfield, and LeBlanc gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard gain.
Well, we tell our guys, and now it's almost like a kickoff because it was a wide sweep. We want that first guy to I don't care if he misses, he's going to go full bowl, make that back stop, and that's what happened.
A late flag comes in there as the teams were going back to the huddle.
Looks like unsportsmanlike on North Putnam. We'll know for sure here in just a second.
Dead ball. And you were right, Coach, unsportsmanlike there against North Putnam. And we mentioned in the first half, that is Willie Douglas, our referee tonight.
I tell our parents we have moms on the field for 25 years, the first day of practice, and I tell them the only time you'll see me really get excited, and I mean that in a very negative way, is when we see that unsportsmanlike sign. That's normally because you've dropped an F-bomb, you've done something late, and I don't really like that.
Now up to the 47-yard line here is South Putnam. So the offense starting to move the football here a little bit for the Eagles. Cashin again here out of the gun. Snap goes through his hands. He's going to field it back at the 35, and he's going to be tackled back at the 30-yard line. So just like that, you get a gift of an unsportsmanlike penalty on the defense, and you give all that yardage back plus more on a bad snap.
I tell you what, I couldn't tell by the replay if it was Cashin was ready for it, if it was early, but I do know this: there are very few 2nd and 30s in the playbook, especially right now. As you talk about that, they had just moved the ball a couple first downs and a sportsmanlike. All of a sudden, now they were almost to midfield, which was perfect. And now this positive drive now has a chance to turn negative because it's such a daunting task to make a first down.
Back to the wishbone here. Cashin's going to hand it off. Off to the left side. He's going to juke. Gets through Alexander and is going to lean forward. He's going to be down at the 43-yard line, so a nice play to get some of that chunk yardage back for South Putnam.
That was a great play. Nice job. Nice run in general. What I liked about it, they took the outside receiver and pinned the end down. He crack blocked and allowed the runner to get outside, which is a huge deal.
That's Xavier Langley, 21 on the carry for South Putnam.
Like the call here. Now we're not third and manageable, but we're sure as heck a lot better than they were on second down.
Flag's going to come in. I believe that's a false start against the Eagles, and it is. So just like that, it's the old Paul Abdul song here. Lance, you're 2 steps forwards and you're 2 steps back.
Well, I tell you what, the biggest thing right now, and this is the one thing that Coach Akers he'll be upset about, but he'll be able to, the team will learn from, win or lose. Make the team you're playing earn it. They're giving North Putnam a lot of yardage on offense and defense by penalties, and that is really, really a backbreaker just because you're playing well. South Putnam is playing well. They played well all game. They just can't keep beating themselves with penalties.
3rd and 19 now for the Eagles. And that looks like it might be another false start there on the line of scrimmage for South Putt. So pushing back 5 more yards, setting up 3rd and 24. Like you mentioned earlier about 2nd and 30, not too many 3rd and 24 play calls in the playbook.
I think that Coach Akers is going to punt the ball here on 3rd down. He was pretty frustrated with his offense. I get it, but I think he's going to punt the ball.
And he is. Gregory back. Now a timeout's going to be taken by South Putnam and Coach Akers. We're going to step aside as Coach Akers and the Eagles try to sort this out. 6:31 to go here in the 3rd. North Putt by 14.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Yeah.
Endeavor eTechs can help you with all your computer and technology needs. Available to Endeavor members and the public. Call 1-800-922-6677 or visit WeEndeavor.com. They have regrouped. Offense back on the field here for the Eagles. Cashin out of the pistol formation again. Scott's behind him. 3rd and 24 here for the Eagles. Cashin takes the high snap. He drops back. Now he's going to swing it over to Scott. Scott's got some room. He's across the 40 to the 45. Lowers his shoulder, gets to midfield, and then a late flag comes in. I didn't see the penalty, but the officials are going to talk about it.
I think it might be a hold. But it was thrown at such a different angle, I wasn't sure what was actually there. Okay, yeah.
And they're going to pick that up. That's going to set up 4th down and still 9 yards to gain. Special teams looks like it's going to come on here for the Eagles.
And again, you still made that 4th and manageable. you avoided a huge disaster by the penalty or by the bad snap. And so, again, it's 14-0. You're still in the game.
Kevin Barger back to receive this punt. Gregory boots it away. Ball comes down at the 30, takes a North Putnam bounce, and it's going to be down at the 34-yard line there by Switzer. First and 10 now for North Putnam, and as we talked about earlier on their last possession, it was their quarterback Evan Davies with a 57-yard scamper to put the Cougars up 14-0.
I'll be anxious to see what North Putnam comes back and does, how much they're willing to run Davies, because when they moved him, he's done a nice job. Murray's been solid for him as well, but I'll be anxious to see what South Putnam does to adjust to the quarterback run.
Davies out of the gun. Baker to his right. Low snap, fumbled momentarily. Davies picks it up, and he's going to lose a couple of yards there from the line of scrimmage.
Tell you what, South Putnam is not slowing down. They are not backing up at all. They're playing physical. They're really taking it to North Putnam, even though North Putnam is winning this game 14-0.
North Putnam taking their time there with the huddle. Now they break and come to the line of scrimmage. One receiver to the left, two to the right. Davies out of the gun. Baker again in the backfield to his left this time, and another low snap. Davies picks it up. He's going to lean forward. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but some miscommunication and some couple of bad snaps there from the center for North Putnam, and that's Grant Hoke, the senior.
That's a second dropped ball by Davies off of the snap, a little low, still manageable, but a little low. And so, again, if I'm Coach Carnes, I've got to be a little concerned about our protecting the football.
Early in this game, still with 4 minutes and 45 seconds to play here in the third quarter, but a big stand here, opportunity for the South Putnam defense here. 3rd and 10 for North Putt. Davies again out of the gun. High snap that time, but he looks left. He's got a receiver overthrown and incomplete. That pass intended for Kevin Barger. Nice defensive coverage there by the Eagles.
Tell you, the only critique I'd make of Davies, love his arm. Live arm, great, but quit trying to throw it in there on a one ball. Give it a little air, let your receiver run to it. There's more there's more margin for air, and thus you got a better chance of completing it.
4th and 10 now for North Putnam. They will bring in their special teams unit, and they're going to punt it away. Switzer back deep here for South Putnam. High snap taken. Kick is away. Off to the right side. Switzer's going to take it on one bounce, breaks one tackle, and he's going to be wrapped up there, and he's going to be taken down at the 37-yard line.
Nice job by Switzer of taking that on one hop, and again fielding the punt.
That'll bring the Eagle offense back out. And, Coach, on their last possession, we saw a lot of kind of crazy things happen. They moved the ball a little bit, gave some yardage up with penalties, several penalties. And what are they going to have to do here to get this offense kind of up started and get things going? They got to get some points on the board.
Well, the biggest thing that they got to find ways, South Putnam does, of making some chunk plays, some chunk yards. More means 10-plus yards. Biggest thing they got to do is get the snap right. But more than anything else, they've got to go forward instead of going backwards. But they got to find a way to have that 10 to 12-yard play, and they keep settling for the 1 to 3 yard play.
And that was a high snap. Cashin just falls on it, and that's going to set up second and about 19 here, I believe, for the Eagles.
Well, again, you put yourself behind the 8 ball here. Again, your defense is playing well. Really, they've given up one drive and one play the entire game, and so offensively you got to bail them out a little bit.
Cashin now back under center. One back in the backfield, and then Scott. They're going to hand it off to Scott, and he is stuffed up front there by North Putnam, and that looked like it was Sanford in there on the tackle once again, the defensive end.
Well, but I tell you what, Sanford's played such a great game. I love how he closes. But again, when you're doing a great job up front and you're occupying two or offensive linemen, the way the defensive front is for North Putnam, now he can come off the edge and make plays like that. I like the way that North Putnam is playing on defense.
Third and extremely long now once again for South Putnam. 3rd and 19. Cashin takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right, throw to the sideline. Pass is caught. Looks like Gregory over there. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage and set up 4th and 10.
I like the play. I like how Cashin is throwing the ball on the run. Nice job of making it, again, manageable on 4th down, but at 4th and 10, you're going to punt the ball here.
Coming up on 2.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd. South Putnam going to boot this one away once again. Alexander's going to go back deep for North Putnam. Gregory to punt it away. We saw Gregory in the first half attempt to fake punt. That's not going to be the case here as he boots it away. Good kick. Bounces at the 35. Takes a big South Putnam bounce, and that's going to be down at the 24-yard line.
Great punt. Great bounce here. And again, South Putnam isn't playing well on defense. Now, I'll be anxious to see if North Putnam got the snaps taken care of. And then I'll be anxious to see, what Coach Karn's approach is. Is he going to run Murray? Is he going to run Davies or do a little bit of both?
Almost feels like, Coach, that it's going to be up to the South Putnam defense to maybe make a big play, possibly force a turnover to maybe get this momentum on the Eagles sideline.
Could not agree more with you, Thad. And right now you're playing so well on defense if you're South Putnam. Biggest thing, if you're North Putnam, end with a kick and protect the football.
Davies here out of the gun, 3 receivers out. Davies going to keep this one himself off the left side. He's got some room to run, and he's out across the first down marker. 11-yard gain there for the Cougars.
Love the idea. Love the concept. I know a lot of people don't like running their quarterbacks. But again, Davies is this great dual threat quarterback. It just gives you an advantage running the football when you're in a one-back set.
Nice job up front by the left side of that line, and Baker, the running back, really clearing some space there for Davies on that attempt as well.
Biggest thing now, if you're Coach Carnes, just keep running that clock. That clock is your best friend. You're up 14-0.
High snap. Davies is going to take it. Looks to his left. He's throwing it deep. He's got a man down there. Incomplete. Overthrown and out of bounds.
Tell you what, Davies, I like his arm. He really throws a pretty ball. He's got good feet. Again, I like how he's playing. He's for a young man that runs as well as he does, he throws exceptionally well.
That pass was intended for Barger along the left sideline. Second and 10 now for the Cougars. Davies is going to keep it. He's up the middle, breaks one tackle. Now he's off the left side. He's across midfield to the 40, to the 30. Do they have the angle on him? Could he take it? 10, 5, and he's going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. There's the official finally putting his arms up. It looked like he was looking to the side judge there to see if he stepped out of bounds, but Davies just gets inside the pylon for another score.
Great run by Davies. He read the defensive end, and the defensive end came upfield, so he cut it back. Great job by Davies finishing here, and what a whale of a second half he's had.
Extra point attempt here for Sabians to make it 21-0. Davies is going to hold. Got the snap down, and it's up, and it is good. 21-0. The Cougars now lead the Eagles wide to the left. So 20-0. We saw Davies get loose once again, that time off the left side, slipped a tackle, and he was gone down the sideline.
I tell you, I just like his athleticism. I like the way that he's been able to really do a nice job of reading the defense. The one nice thing when you play against sound defenses, South Putnam has a sound defense, the best way to block them is by not blocking them and read them. And that's exactly what Coach Carnes has done this second half, and Davies has done a nice job of really executing what his coach has asked him to do.
LeBlanc and Switzer back deep here for South Putnam to receive the kickoff. It's going to be Skylar Warren once again to boot it away for the Cougars.
Interesting time of the game for South Putnam because they've got to find a way to do something they haven't done for almost 3 quarters in that score. And the biggest thing that Coach Akers has to do is just make sure that he keeps his team playing hard.
Warren, deep kick to Switzer. He's going to take it at the 15. Switzer up the middle. He's across the 40. Now he's to the 45. He's going to cut back. He's across midfield to the 40 on the right sideline. He's going to be pushed out of bounds near the 30-yard line, and a big play finally in the return game that time for the Eagles, and it was Switzer.
Tell you what, Switzer did a great job of blocking by the KOR team of South Putnam, and I just like the way that Switzer runs with his eyes. Again, he is just an incredible athlete, and to be able to do what he's done this game, very impressed.
So South Putnam's going to have 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. We'll see if the Eagles can get some points on the board here late in the third quarter. Cashin under center. Dalton Scott, the lone back behind him. Cashin's going to throw it to the right to Gregory. Gregory along the sideline. He's going to push forward. A gain of 7 there for the Eagles.
I like the play. Gets the ball out of Cashin's hands quickly. Again, there's not a lot of time for the north front to be able to make any kind of presence for him, and now it's one-on-one. And again, I like the play call. I like what Coach Akers is doing here, just because again he's changing up his game plan a little bit and taking what the defense gives him.
4 receivers out now for the Eagles. Cashin inside handoff to Scott. Nothing doing there. That was Peyton Patterson, 59 there for North Putnam, flying in there to make the hit.
Tell you what, Peyton did a great job. What I liked about he leveraged the offensive lineman, meaning he got underneath his pads, pushed him back, and then he was able to play off that and make the tackle. Great job, Peyton.
And that's going to do it here for the third quarter. We're going to go to the fourth quarter. South Putnam finally making a move, looking to score here, but they trail by 20 to their cross-county rival, the North Putnam Cougars.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And just like that, it is a 1-run lead for Texas.
Pushes it ahead with the jam. It's down. We're going to see a slamma-jamma.
Put it in the air. Marley's there. Touchdown. Is it caught? Touchdown. Came down with the ball in the end zone. With the 3. Up the middle. Touchdown.
Looking for the alley-oop.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Back here at Wildman Field on the campus of South Putnam High School, where North Putnam leads the homestanding Eagles 20-0, with the Eagles looking to put some points on the board as they are deep into Cougar territory. One quick score update. Lebanon was leading Danville at halftime 14-13.
Great job of one of my former players here, Jeff Smock at Lebanon. Casey Wood's done a nice job the last couple years. They're off to kind of a sluggish start. Go Tigers.
Cashin, a pump fake. Now he's going to go deep down the right sideline. He has a man over, throws him. Pass incomplete, out of bounds.
Those type things take a little longer to develop. Great surge by the front of North Putnam. Didn't give Cashin much time to throw the ball. And really that play was broken up, not by the back end of North Putnam, but the front end.
That pass was intended for Steven Schnepp, wide receiver for the Eagles. 4th and 5 now for the Eagles. They are going to go for it, obviously trailing by 20.
Look for Switzer in the slot. Now we got
timeout taken there by Coach Aker. Looked like there was maybe some misalignment as they started to send Switzer from the left side of the formation to the right side.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were coming in motion to put the ball in the flat to him, which I like, because now he's got the ball on the run. The only negative is you're throwing to the boundary, which means there's not as much room to run. Be anxious to see what Nathan comes up with here as he moves forward here on a huge 4th down call.
It's going to be 4th and 5 for the Eagles. Got to pick up 5 yards here to keep this drive going and try to get some points on the board. They trail 20-0 right now to North Putnam.
Well, I like what Coach Aker's done all game. Okay, I do like his plan, especially defensively. Offensively, they struggle a little bit to move the ball, but they've done a better job in the second half than they did in the first half.
Take a look at the formation here. He's got 4 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Dalton Scott's going to be behind him. Cashin once again out of the shotgun. Switzer in motion to the left side of the formation. Cashin is going to roll to his left. Still rolling under pressure. That was Peyton Patterson back there with the pressure on Cashin, and the pass is incomplete.
Really hard to, if you're a right-handed quarterback, to sprint left, get your shoulders turned downfield to get the ball. Watch here. Cash is not really able to do that real well. Again, because of that, couldn't get a lot on the ball. That's why they were going to the right. Even though it's a short side of the field, quarterback can get the ball out a lot quicker, a lot easier.
And Peyton Patterson's been in the backfield numerous times here in the second half for North Putnam. That time put the pressure on Cashin, forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Patterson's really done a nice job. Again, I like the way he plays with great leverage, and he's able to, again, meaning I'm underneath the offensive lineman's pads, which means now I control him. He's really done a nice job of doing that all second half.
11:50 to play in the game, and North Putnam takes over possession here with a 20-point lead and a flag as the ball is snapped. Still waiting on the official word here.
I think North Putnam is going to be going backwards. I think they flinched or moved up front, which we're going to have 1st and 15 for North Putnam, I believe.
Another score update. LCC up 41-0 over Northwestern. The Knights starting 0-2 on the season, a rarity for them, but looking to get back to their winning ways here in week number 3.
Talked to Coach Brian Ney, head coach of LCC, today on my way up here to do the game. He was excited about the opportunity, and his kids are definitely responding to him. Looks like we have illegal participation or illegal substitution by North Putnam. Either way, it's a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15.
So Davies is going to go out of the gun once again. 2 receivers to his right. We'll see if they're still going to utilize Davies as a runner as they have so far here in this second half. Nope, he's going to hand it off to Murray. Murray off the left side, slips through a couple of tackles, then he's taken down. A penalty flag down near the line of scrimmage. So we'll see where that is. It looks like it could be in the area of holding, but we'll wait for the official word.
I think if we see the replay, I think it was, not sure it was a hold, but it was a takedown. And you can do that in wrestling, but not in football.
That is going to be a hold against the Cougars. That's going to push them back again. So now the Cougars are going to have first down here starting from their 10-yard line. Going to be 1st and 25.
Okay. Been there many times, and we haven't had too much time to run the clock here. We need, again, Coach Carnes is now going to want to run the clock, being up 20-0.
Davies hands it off to Murray. Murray off the right side, slides through a couple of tackles, and finally taken down out there.
Another flag.
That tackle was made by Nick Tice, defensive lineman for the Eagles. See if this one's going to go against the Cougars once again, and it will. And, you know, Coach, they're lucky that goal line is back there. They could keep backing up. It's about to be 1st and Cloverdale.
I tell you what, I've had a 1st and 40 and 1st and 50. I get it. It seems like it's impossible. I've been on both sides of it. But again, the nice thing that you just referenced, they can't go back much further.
So officially it'll be 1st and 27. Davies out of the gun again. Now 2 backs in the backfield. Davies looking to his right. He's got a man underthrown. That pass intended over there for Barger, but incomplete.
The only thing that surprised me about Coach Carnes throwing it there was the clock stops. And I think because the clock stops, you want the clock to run being up 20-0. Now, the flip side of that is down the road, he's going to need his quarterback to throw the ball. So you got to throw it now. And you got to practice it, and you got to get it on tape, and you got to be able to teach it and correct it. But you can't do that unless you do it on Friday night.
Second down now for the Cougars. Davies inside handoff to Murray, and he was hitting the backfield. We'll see, is it a safety? It is. He was taken down in the end zone, and it was Switzer that was in there first for the Eagles, and he was taken down for a safety.
Again, well-deserved and well-earned if you are South Putnam. Coach Akers' defense has played so well all game. They really have responded to a lot of adversity. Glad to see them put some points on the board. Nice job by South Putnam.
So a defensive safety there for the Eagles gets them on the board, makes it 20-2, and then the free kick will give them possession here. See if maybe they can get some momentum. You get a score right here, you're back into the contest.
Well, I tell you what, again, this has been, if I'm Coach Aker, I am thrilled. My kids have really played hard. His kids have done just an incredible job of not giving up on defense. They really have responded really well. the ball is going to be kicked from the other 20s. North Putnam was lining up on the wrong 20. The one thing you got to keep in mind here, even though the ball's punted from the 20-yard line, it's still live after 10 yards. Okay, and I've seen it where the ball has been kind of shanked off, and the receiving team thinks of it like a normal punt. Get away. The punting team or the kicking team here picks it up. It looks like, though, that North Putnam is opting to kick the ball, but you could punt it.
That's going to be Warren again to tee it up and boot it away. It's LeBlanc and a Switzer back deep for the Eagles. Switzer with a big kickoff return play on the last time they booted it to him. Going to kick it away from him. LeBlanc's going to take it at the 41, drops it, now picks it up. He's at the 45, waiting for some blocks, pushes it up the sideline across midfield, and he's going to push it about to the 45-yard line for South Putnam.
Nice return, just exactly what Coach Aker wanted, and that was great. Field position, anytime you can start in your opponent's, on the opponent's side of the 50, you're really happy. In this case, it's going to be on North Putnam's 46-yard line.
11:25 to go. They trail by 18 points right here, so a score is a necessity right here for the Eagles. Cashin's going to go out of the gun. 4 receivers out. Now he comes up underneath center. Dalton Scott, the lone back in the backfield. Cashin, play action. He's going to look to throw. Now he's going to roll out to the left. He's got some room out there. He's going to be taken down at the 45, maybe the 44-yard line.
Great job of staying at home by the North Putnam defense there. What I was really impressed with more than anything else, again, as this play is slow developing, takes a while. And again, the discipline of the North Putnam defense, it really paid dividends there.
That was Caleb Lawrence on the tackle there for North Putnam. Luke Sanford, the one forcing Cashin out to the sideline, and Lawrence comes in for the hit.
Liked how Lawrence again just did his job. I think as easy as that sounds, that's a big deal.
Cashin again under center. Now he's going to roll to his right, going to put it in the air. Caught over there by Gregory. Gregory dances on the sideline, tries to slide through a tackle, and he's finally taken down at the 41-yard line.
Positive yards. Cashin moves well, throws on the run well. Again, you want some positive things to happen here, whether you win the game or not. If you're Coach Aker, you want good things to be able to come from this second half because you played well.
Third and 5. Big play here for the Eagles. 4 wide. Cashin, that's going to be a false start there. Looked like Schnepp, the slot receiver on the right-hand side, moved a little bit too early.
Got a little excited there by Schnepp, and the thing that will frustrate Coach Aker is Cashin was sprinting the other way, meaning Schnepp wasn't even involved in the play probably, or was it the primary wide receiver?
Third and 10 now for the Eagles. Cashin again now in the pistol formation. High snap, but he's got it. He's under pressure. He's going to throw across the middle, incomplete. Threw that one behind Schnepp. Tried to squeeze it in front of behind the linebacker and in front of the safety and couldn't connect.
Tell you what, I like the way that Cashin's played. I like what Coach Akers is trying to do here. But again, nice job by North Putnam. They realize what has to happen. And all North Putnam is they're playing the stakes. They're dropping back to 10 yards. It's almost like 7-on-7, which is not really true football, but it's not really fair right now for North Putnam.
4th and 10 now for South Putt. Cashin takes the snap. Looking across the middle. Now he hits Switzer. Switzer's got some move on the sideline. He's across the 30, picks up the first down, and he's out of bounds at the 25.
Really like how Switzer plays. Really like him. He's got a little wiggle. in his step there. He catches the ball naturally, does some really neat things with it once he does catch it. What I like there is you drag somebody, start him on one side, end him up on the other side, and the linebackers lose track of him, and he catches the ball on the run like Switzer did, and you get big chunk yards that way.
Switzer kind of in that classic mold of a possession slot receiver, but he's pretty shifty.
I like how he plays. I like what he does. I think if I'm Coach Aker, I know I have something there.
That was Dalton Scott up the middle, gain of 6. Eagles now getting this offense moving. A little bit more up-tempo here for them. Cashin's going to roll out to the left. Now he throws, and that one's going to be incomplete, just out of the reach of Switzer. That'll set up 3rd and 4. Right now, Elder beating Cathedral 33-28 in a big-time matchup. And, you know, Coach, as you know, Cathedral kind of always playing that tough schedule where they want to test themselves in the regular season to get themselves prepared for that tournament run.
Well, I tell you what, they played all 3 games well. Whether they come out on the short end of the stick, it's not for, as you talk about that, a lack of playing good people. Again, you're looking at playing 2 6A programs in Noblesville and Brownsburg, and then coming back and playing Elder, who is in the biggest class in Cincinnati. And so, you know, again, hats off to Cathedral, as always, you know, playing that competition to make sure they're ready to go come tournament time.
You know, for a school of their size, obviously they play in 5A, but a 4A size school, but they really go out and test themselves, and that's kind of the privilege they have also not playing in a conference.
Well, and that's one of the beauties exactly of what you said is they're able to do so here. It looks like we're going to have some interference here by the North Putnam defense.
Yeah, that pass was intended for Schnepp in the back of the end zone, and he was pushed out of bounds. That should be a pass interference call here coming up.
Looks like the ball then will be marked about the 10-yard line, 1st and goal.
That will be a 1st down. Trying to see where they're going to place the ball, and it looks like, yeah, right on the 10-yard line.
1st and goal, I like it. I like the design of what Coach Aker's doing there. Moving the pocket a little bit, nice throw.
Inside handoff there to Scott, and he's going to get a few. Basically just push the pile forward to get 2, maybe 3.
Again, the one nice thing that I like what Coach Aker's doing, we are what we are. And, you know, again, you can be critical of the fact they're not. Then you throw more. You know what? He's done a nice job here. He's won a lot of games. He's building it the right way, and that's what I like about it. And right now, his team has not quit. They played hard. They've got a 2nd and goal opportunity late in the game to get themselves back into the game.
4 wide receivers here on this set. Cashin fakes the inside handoff. He's going to keep it, cuts it upfield. He's going to be taken down, I say, about the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 5 now for the Eagles.
When I talk about counterplays, that's a counterplay, meaning that we're going to run the quick dive, and then we're going to fake the quick dive and keep it. Now what that does, they come back and run the quick dive again. Those outside linebackers can't just stay inside there. They've got to be more honest to stay at home, which now gives Scott more room to run.
Couple of big opportunities here for the Eagles. Got to punch one in to make this thing interesting. Wishbone behind Cashin's going to hand it off. That was LeBlanc and nothing doing. I think I just need to read off all 4 defensive down linemen there for North Putnam. They were all 4 in the backfield.
Yeah, wasn't really much room for LeBlanc to run the football here. Again, look for some type of movement by Cashin here. Probably look for Switzer to be a primary receiver here, trying to get the ball into the flat quickly.
Blake Boyer and Adam Amons up front in the middle for North Putnam. Out to Switzer. Switzer on the right side trying to dance his way around, and he can't get there. Pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Now a late flag's going to come in.
We got unsportsmanlike conduct, but I believe it was after the play, which means that's going to cost North Putnam probably 2 yards, if it's what I think it is. But I believe it's post-play, and so I'll be anxious to see if that's how it occurred.
Official still discussing that. And, Coach, I know that is a penalty, but I like that the way that the rule is structured because that's after the play. So instead of giving South Putnam another opportunity, or whoever the offensive team is, giving them another opportunity, you still give it over to the defensive team, and then they have to take the penalty. They still get the ball.
Exactly. So, like I say, it's going to be a 2.5-yard penalty. But I do believe that actually looks like they're calling it against South Putnam. Okay, then they're going to get the full 15. Somebody used choice language, probably, is what I'm going to guess. I didn't see any kind of pushing or shoving or punching. And that's the one thing the officials are really aware of is you got to keep your tongue very tight and very close, and you need to understand that they are listening.
7 minutes to play here at South Putnam, and the Cougars of North Putnam are going to take over possession of the football here, leading 20-2.
I would be really surprised here at that if we see the ball in the air at all, just because the fact right now, just run the clock. The clock is your best friend.
Davies still out of the shotgun. Murray to his right. He's going to hand it off to Murray. Murray up the middle. Gain of a few. Dalton Scott in there to make another play.
Tell you what, we've talked about Dalton Scott already. Boy, he is really a force. He is somebody that you can just tell has got tons of experience. I love the idea that Coach Aker talked about, meaning that every tackle he makes is just more towards his record in general that he has had for tackles in a career.
That was Nick Tice coming off the field there, 77 for South Putnam. He was in on that tackle as well with Scott. 2nd and 8 now for the Cougars. Davies hands it off again to Murray. Murray through the middle, finally taken down near the 30-yard line. That was Devin Cashin on the hit for South Putnam.
Well, I tell you what, again, big third down here if you're North Putnam. You want to be able to keep the clock running. You want to establish yourself and get basically a 4-minute offense here. You want to get 2 or 3 first downs and keep South Putnam off the field offensively.
3rd and 2. Hand it off there to Murray, and I think he's got enough there for the first down to keep this drive alive, and a big conversion there for North Putnam. Obviously, they have the score in their favor, but now they're looking to put the clock in their favor.
Well, I tell you what, they've controlled the game, even though South Putnam has really done a nice job. I mean, they really have, especially defensively. But again, credit to Coach Carnes. I really like his team. I like how they play and what he's building here at North Putnam. You got to be really happy with both coaches if you're here in Putnam County.
1st and 10 here for the Cougars. Again, Davies out of the gun. Now Baker's going to line up to his left, and Davies is going to keep it himself off the left side, and a big tackle there made by the Eagles, and who else? Dalton Scott, number 23.
He can play now. I want to tell you, he really, really runs well to the ball, does a great job of understanding if he needs to go under or over the pile to be able to get to the ball carrier, and I really like his instinctive play.
Looks like they lost maybe a half a yard on that one. We'll still call it 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Baker to his right. Baker's going to take the handoff. Baker up the middle. He's across the 40 to the 45. Can he get outside? breaks one tackle. He's to the 45. They still can't take him down. He's to the 40, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. That's Aiden Baker, the junior, 5'8", 170 pounds for North Putnam, and he is an aggressive runner.
Love the way that he runs. The official actually called him down. He wasn't down. Looked like he was. Great job of putting his hand down and keeping his balance. Nice run by the youngster. I like it.
So they're going to call Baker down at the 47-yard line.
Got a huddle here of the officials here. I think they're trying to see if, and again, if you can't tell and you're not sure, then he's down there on the 46-yard line. And I like that. If somebody is definitive, then you move the ball.
.408 on the game clock. Officials still huddled up, talking to the South Putnam captain, Dalton Scott. Now they're going to wind the clock, and the Cougars are going to come to the line of scrimmage. Davies takes the snap, hands it off to Murray off the right side, and he is hit and finally taken down. That was Colton Grunlock on the hit for the Eagles, but a gain of 5 there for Murray and the Cougars.
Grunlock has had a nice game as well as Scott has. Again, but great job by Murray of running with a lean and moving the pile backwards. Anytime you can gain 5 yards on any down, you've done a nice job, and that starts up front with the offensive lineman, and Murray's just a beneficiary of great line play today.
We talked about this earlier in the game, Coach, kind of the size difference between North Putnam, and you can kind of see it now. South Putnam's defense has been strong all game, but now you can just kind of tell they're kind of leaning on them a little bit, and those gains that were 1 or 2 yards earlier in the game are now 4 or 5. Baker off the left side. He's got enough for a first down. He's to the 35, and a flag comes in the middle of the field.
I like the way Baker runs. Again, he's a nice shifty back. His future is bright. I really like what happens and how he attacks the run.
It's going to be a hold there against North Putnam.
Again, when you get late in games, especially if you've got guys that are going both ways, they kind of just lose their focus a little bit. They grab a little longer. Again, the one thing people need to understand, when there's a hold, the hold doesn't happen because I grab them. The hold happens because I stop my feet. When I stop my feet, now the defender goes outside of my body, and that's an easy hold. Easy for the officials to at least see it.
Final from another one of our games is it was Lebanon defeating Danville 20-19.
Great job by Coach Smock and the young Tigers. They're awfully young this year. Feel badly for Casey Woods, class coach, great young coach, taking his team to a regional and semi-state the last 2 years. Again, looks like a little bit more of a rebuild this year.
Clock now reaching 2 minutes left in the contest. Third and about 16 here coming up for North Putnam. So Davies out of the gun. 2 receivers to his right. He's going to throw to his right. Nearly picked off by Switzer. Batted away, and then a flag's going to come in late.
Ooh. Looked like the official thought Switzer got there early. And again, as much as Switzer wants to disagree with it, the official does have the final say. And so it looks like that may keep the drive alive for North Putnam.
So a pass interference called there against South Putnam. Clock stopped here, 1:45 on the game clock.
South Putnam fans aren't real happy about that call by the official. But again, whether they like it or not, it's going to be a 3rd and short.
Kind of looking ahead here, Coach, for North Putnam. We'll go ahead and put this game in the win column for them. They'll go to 3-0. They play next week at Sullivan. Golden Arrows off to a good start. They had a huge win last week over Linton Stockton. Davies takes the snap, hands it off to Murray. Murray squeezes few. Pardon me, that was Baker, and Baker squeezes few through. He's inside the 35 to the 32. South Putnam will travel to Greencastle next week. Short trip for them to take on the Tiger Cubs.
Well, I tell you what, for South Putnam, again, you go from one county foe to another. And you go from another time of playing up to playing against another one, a bigger school, bigger opponent, but one that I know that Coach Aker will have his kids ready to go. Knowing Coach Carnes the way I do, Sullivan will be a great challenge for them, but his kids will be up for that challenge.
Sullivan with a big contest tonight. They were battling the Knights of Northview, a couple of ranked teams in different classifications here in the state of Indiana. And you talked about South Putnam playing up. They only play two two-way schools on their schedule. They beat Cloverdale in week 1, North Putnam here tonight. The rest of their schedule they have remaining is either a 3A or a 4A opponent.
Well, I tell you what, again, they're not taking the easy way out. Coach Akers, again, I like how he builds his program. Coach Carnes, equally successful. Again, 2 really good coaches here in Putnam County. I love what Tom Wonder's doing at Cloverdale. And, again, Greencastle's off to a 2-0 start as well.
And that's going to do it. Davies takes a knee, and the Cougars of North Putnam are going to come out of here victorious. So the Cougars will move to 3-0 on the season, 1-0 in Western Indiana Conference play. The Eagles of South Putnam, they will fall to 2-1 and 0-1 in conference play. 20-2, your final tonight with the North Putnam Cougars taking down the South Putnam Eagles. We'll come right back here with our post-game show right after this.
Keep up to date with your favorite high school, college, and semi-professional teams on the ISC Sports app. Download it today from the App Store, Google Play, or on Roku. The ISC Sports Network. Local lives here.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Tired of watching the same old things on TV? Something new is on the horizon. The ISC Sports Network. Contact your cable provider today to add the ISC Sports Network. See the big games, the big moments, the championships, and more from all across the state. High schools, colleges, original content you can't find anywhere else. On the ISC Sports Network, it's all here. Find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Back here at South Putnam, final score tonight, North Putnam takes down South Putnam 20-2, and our player of the game tonight brought to us by Endeavor Communications, your hometown telephone provider for over 65 years. Evan Davies, the quarterback for North Putnam, the senior quarterback, 6'3", 180 pounds, 2 huge touchdown runs in that third quarter. First one of 57 yards, putting the Cougars up 14-0, and then later, with 1:18 to go in the third quarter, a 70-yard TD run, putting them up 20-0 on their way 6-2 victory.
Well, I'll tell you what, Evan did a great job, especially in that second half of running and throwing, but really did a great job of reading the defense of South Putnam, and really was fantastic all game, and especially in that second half. 2 big scores. Coach Carrs has to be thrilled the way that Evan Davies responded in that second half. Congratulations to Evan Davies, our player of the game.
You know, you talked about it, Coach, that the defense for South Putnam was up to the task for most of the game. They gave up the 2 big plays in the third quarter to Davies, kind of a wrinkle that they put in for that second half, and that was really all she wrote after that.
Great adjustment by Coach Carnes of running the quarterback a little more. Didn't see that a lot in the first half, but I like the adjustment enough to where, again, big county rival, big conference game win for North Putnam. Give a lot of credit to Coach Aker and his South Putnam team. They were fantastic, fought hard all game. Doesn't get any easier for them next week with Greencastle. But again, I like the way both teams played tonight. A lot of spirit, a lot of fight, and as a coach, you really got to be proud of the way it was played.
As we talked about, North Putnam, they improved to 3-0. Next week they will travel to Sullivan to take on the Golden Arrows. South Putnam falls to 2-1. And they will be at Greencastle next Friday night to take on the Tiger Cubs. Our post-game wrap-up tonight is brought to us by E-Tex. From simple home printer setup to PC diagnostics and large-scale network development, Endeavor E-Tex can help with all your computer needs. Visit weendeavor.com to learn more. Our play of the game tonight brought to us again by Endeavor Communications. Here you can see Evan Davies for North Putnam, right through the middle, 57 yards through the gut of the defense, gets loose, breaks away, and puts the game away there for the Cougars. That put them up 14-0.
Tell you what, backbreaker for South Putnam. They had come out in the second half, went 3 and out, had a couple penalties. North Putnam, second play of the second half. Davies goes for the score. Great job, great adjustment. Congratulations to Coach Carnes and North Putnam.
So North Putnam, they will go to 1-0 and Wick play South Putnam to 0-1. And as we talked about, they will travel to Greencastle next Friday night. The Cougars going over to play Sullivan next week to take on the Golden Arrows. That'll do it for us tonight from Greencastle and South Putnam High School. Final score tonight, North Putnam 20, South Putnam 2. For Coach Lance Scheib, I'm Thad Van Devener and the entire crew here. Great job tonight. That's going to do it for us. Thanks and good night.